Y'all thought I was leaving, man? Come on now. UFC Houston. Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez. Full card predictions and main card predictions. Boys, I'm going to start with the prelims and with the main event as always. But I'm going to also combine this with my most confident picks for the card. So just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm going to break this down real quick because I am making this last minute breakdown. So let me break this down real quick for y'all boys. Get y'all some easy money, right? Starting off, Juliana Miller versus Carly Judice. Don't have to say too much. Carly Judice is knocking these women out. I don't know if she's going to knock out Juliana Miller, but, I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. Like, Judice is nasty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go Judice, and I think she can get it done by a brutal KO. So don't count that out. I just think simply Judice is better. She's a minus 800 favorite, so let's keep it moving. Jordan Levitt, buddy. Holy shit. Buddy got the nerd neck. Give me Delval. Delval's a little iffy because he had that thing with Isaac Dolgarian. At the end of the day, that's not his fault. He did look for the finish. So even though Isaac Dolgarian was, I guess, compromised because he had that whole betting scandal, that has nothing to do with Delval. And Delval is a finisher. He can't finish fights. Jordan Levitt, he's a BJJ nerd. If you take him down, he's going to lay on his back. He's going to butt scoot all across the canvas. And he's actually dropping weight. He was at 155. He's dropping to 145. That's not a really good look. So I'm going to have to go Yair Delval. Then we got Phil Rowe versus John Paul Bosignani. And boys, everybody from the Contender Series has been looking really good in the UFC now. Although Phil Rowe is a little tricky, I like Bosignani, man. Rowe is a little tricky, like I said, but Bosignani, he is a part of this freshman class of the Contender Series, and these guys are nice. Like, they're all nice. They're all undefeated in the UFC. The 2025 Dana White Contender Series, they were actually finishing guys, and they've been finishing guys in the UFC. Gonna have to go John Paul Bosignani to get it done. But none of these guys are one of my most confident picks. You know what I'm saying? The only confident pick I have right now is Yair Delval. Bosignani is a 50-50 pick, but I do like him to get it done. I wouldn't say he's a lock. I think Yair Delval so far is the only lock. Speaking of locks, give me Soriano. Punahele Soriano. I think he's a lock, boys. I think he's a lock. Ramiz Brahimaj is good, right? But it's either finish or bust type of guy, man. And I don't think Soriano's going to get caught in a front choke. His last win, I'm forgetting the guy's name. I think Nikolai Vretnikov or something like that. Bro, like, Soriano's a good fighter. Like, Ramiz Brahimaj, congrats. You choked out Alexander, whatever his name, bud. Yeah, come on, man. Give me Soriano. I don't even think it's a question, honestly. And he's the underdog. I don't understand that. I think, and I picked Ramiz Brahimaj before I forgot. I picked Ramiz Brahimaj in his last fight as a plus 250 underdog. I was like, yeah, he's gonna win. He won, and he got the finish. So I'm gonna have to go Soriano, man. I'm gonna have to go Soriano. He just has a low fight IQ, but I think he's gonna get it done. Moving on up the card. Nora Corno versus Jocelyn Edwards. Speaking of confident picks, give me Jocelyn Edwards. Bro, I'm tired of Nora Corno. I'm tired of the French fighters, bro. I cannot trust no French fighter to get it done. What are we talking about? Jocelyn Edwards. Panama. She don't come out here, wrestle her. She got the teep. She got the jab. She just can fight at range. Nora Corno does not do good. Jacqueline Cavalcanti did that to her. I mean, Jacqueline Cavalcanti, I'm going to predict it now. Next couple years, she might be champ. Or she's already a serious contender. But we're not going to talk about Jacqueline Cavalcanti. But Jocelyn Edwards, bro, she gonna just wrestle her. Nora Corno did not win the last fight. They were in France. Nora Corno got a BS decision. Look at the stats. It wasn't even close. So I think Jocelyn Edwards might even sub Nora. Nora just got held down by Cara Rosa like nothing. Like literally held down by Cara Rosa. Edwards could do the same thing. Give me Jocelyn Edwards. She's a confident pick. Speaking of confident picks, Alan Correa next. You know what I'm saying? He fraud checked. First of all, he also trains with Joshua Van Correa. Bro, but Correa is just nasty. He got the late round TKO, the third round KO. I'm forgetting buddy's name. Kostra. Nasty. So he should look good in this fight. Luis Guru's coming off a loss, but I think he's just a bigger fighter. 5'8" at flyweight. That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? He's gonna have the height advantage, just the more presence in the cage. I feel like personally. All right, moving on up the card. We have a couple coin flip fights after the confident picks. Of course, confident picks: Correa, Soriano, Jocelyn Edwards, Yair Duval, right? But Ode Osborne, I picked Alibi Idris because I can't trust Ode Osborne. You know what I'm saying? I think Ode's a good dog. I just can't trust him. Sometimes I feel like his fight IQ is everywhere. And then the guy Alibi Idris lost to was Joseph Morales. Bro, Joseph Morales is nasty. Like, he got cut. He didn't make the UFC. Then he went on the regional scene. Then he's doing this. Bro, his jiu-jitsu's nasty. I forgot who he fought in his last fight, but Joseph Morales had him in a crucifix. Then he baited the guy to go for like a move, wrapped up a guillotine in the transition like he's nasty. And Alibi Idris lost him. He was a minus 450 in that fight. But like, listen, Joseph Morales is a good contender, bro. He's nasty. So I can't really put that past Alibi Idris. You know what I'm saying? Ode Osborne, he's always kind of a solid dog. I picked him as a dog in his last fight, but before the Steve Erceg fight. Bro, but he also had Steve Erceg looking silly. So if we're talking about recent performances, I understand the line is so like close. But if we're talking like who's going to win, I think Alibi Idris is going to win. But Ode's a solid dog. He's been looking better each fight. The Lazy Boy Rodriguez loss, I thought was some BS. I thought he won that, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, that's a coin flip fight. I'm gonna go Alibi Idris though. Then we got Chitty Chitty Bang Bang versus Carlos Leal. I'm gonna go Carlos Leal. You know what I'm saying? This is the only problem. I think, well, first of all, Chitty spoke out about like how the weight cut bothers him. It's not, I guess you could say, convenient for him to make 170. I mean, he is 6'3". The weight cut's probably killing him. But Carlos Leal, listen, I can't explain why I'm going Carlos Leal. Like, we're talking, like, Chitty has a better jab. Chitty's more technical. Chitty has nasty knees in the clinch. Carlos Leal just runs at you, literally hands down, just trying to go for overhands. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't really describe my pick on a guy like that. But I'm going to go Carlos Leal simply because I just think he's going to win. I'm having a hard time explaining why, but I think he's just going to win. Can't really describe it. Carlos Leal, literally roid monster, got slept by Salikov. It happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens, bro. Opening up the main card, we have Zachary Reese versus Michel Pereira. Another coin flip fight. Bro, Zachary Reese, no disrespect, he's a sellout. He almost lost to McVeigh in his last fight. Literally almost lost to McVeigh in his last fight. But I get it. McVeigh's tall as hell. And Zachary Reese is already 6'4". So, and they're at middleweight. So maybe that's why they're giving problems. But still, Zachary Reese is a jiu-jitsu nerd, bro. If he gets on his back, he's going to stay there the whole round and play guard and try to throw up subs. And don't get me wrong, it's worked a couple times. But, like, bro, try to build up, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised when Michel Pereira just comes out first round, knocks him out. I would not bet on this fight if I were y'all. But I'm going to go with Zachary Reese because Michel Pereira has no gas tank. And he's really good in the first round. Other than that, he gasses really bad. Round 2, round 3. So I'm going to have to go Zachary Reese. And he's a slight underdog. I just don't think Zachary Reese is all that personally. But both these guys are, I don't know, they're kind of like coin flip fighters. You know, I think Zachary Reese has a better resume in UFC. But Michel Pereira's been on a little bit of a skid. He got knocked out by Kyle Dawkins. Who's Kyle? Dude, fucking Kyle knocked out Michel Pereira. Anyway, moving on to Jacoby Smith versus Josiah Harrell. Yo, no homo. Look at Jacoby Smith, bro. What are we saying? Motherfucker jacked, bro. Look at Josiah Harrell. Fat ass little, I'm saying? Fat ass little nigga. Fat ass little nigga, huh? What you talking about, bro? Nah, all glazed aside, I just think Jacoby Smith's better. everywhere. I'm going to just show you the grappling stats real quick. Buddy got a 90% takedown accuracy. Like, granted, he only has 2 fights in the UFC. But 7.42 on the takedown average says everything I need to know, bro. And if you don't get the knockout, he's very explosive round 1. But, yeah, man. I just think he's going to get it done. He could grapple well. He went for a sub in his last fight after he knocked out Nico Price. But, I mean, I'll put it past him. But, as Ian Gary said, somebody's L has got to go. Yo, I hate Ian Gary, bro. Anyway. He said in the Shavkat fight, boys. Anyway. Sergey Spivak. Holy shit. Buddy Sergey, lay off the beers, bud. We got third nip versus beer gut. Let me stop. I'm going Ante Delija. I think through the third nipple, something's happening there. Buddy gets a little bit of power. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of power, a little bit of this. Let me stop. I think Ante Delija can hang with Sergey Spivak in the grappling. Ante Delija's never been subbed. Sergey Spivak, bro, he's blobbing out to the left of me. I'm getting distracted, bro. But yeah, bro, I have to go Delija, bro. He's in better shape. Heavyweights do better. I like how he's aggressive. If he thinks he has you, he's just gonna unload the tank and try to get a TKO or a KO. He slept Tybura like Tyburo's a bag of chips, like Tybura did in Farchek McParkin, Thomas Peterson. What's that fat Brazilian? Denise. That's who Tybura Farchek. Tybura was always a slight underdog, close odds, whatever. Bro, Delija made him look like a bag of chips, knocked him out. And I think Delija can hang with Spivak in the grappling. But if this is on the feet, Delija's going to spark him. And I think round 2 KO. I think Spivak might have a little bit of success, try to clinch up, sniff his balls, crotch sniff. Delija's going to come out, bang, bang, 1-2. Down the pipe. Don't forget, Delija got the eye pokes, bro. You see what he did to Waldo Cortez, bro? Getting them eye pokes in. Can't forget that, right? Moving on up the card, Dan Ige versus Melko Zella-Costa. Dude, I don't know if you've seen what Melky said, but he was black at first, and then he said that he changed something like about the crime rate. Bro, don't cancel me, bro. That's literally what he said. He said something like that. Anyway, he's funny, but I'm gonna have to go Dan Ige on. No, bro, come on, bro. Give me Costa. Costa's been on an absolute tear. He's big for the division. 5'10" at featherweight. There's only like a couple like 5'10"ers. You got, Sean Winston's like 6'1" at featherweight. And then you got Diego Lopez, are pretty big for the division as well, 5'11". But he's a good height for featherweight is what I'm trying to get at. He was, let me just remind remind people who are listening, right? He was like pick'em odds against what's Morgan Sherry, the French dude, bro. Come on, bro. A French guy pick'em odds against Costa, no glaze, bro. By the way, Ante Delija's the 5th confident pick. I like Jacoby Smith. I don't know if he's one of the most confident picks though, because he's a little untested too, though. You know. Yeah, but anyway, if you're not seeing where I'm going with this, Costa is another one of the most confident picks of the card. I just think he's better, man. Like, I get it. Ige's a really good gatekeeper, but the thing is, Costa can play that decision game. I think if Costa isn't lazy with his kicks, and I think if he just is defensively sound, I think he got it, bro. And I had him by sub, like in a crazy parlay, just like a YOLO parlay. I had him by sub. It was plus 1,000. He got the KO, so I'm not mad at it. But like, come on, man. He can play that decision game too, and his wins. Andre Philly, okay win. Andre Philly kind of gave up. Julian Erosa, Morgan Sherrier knocked him out. He's just on a high right now. I like Dan Ige, man. I think Dan Ige is a good gatekeeper. He beat Sean Woodson when I didn't even know how he was going to beat Sean Woodson. But I just have to go with the momentum of Costa. I like Costa too. I just think he's going to be... I see him in the top 15, top 10, potentially even like top 7. Because featherweight's kind of stacked right now. But I see him in there, so... Gonna have to go Costa. Moving on up the card, we have Jeff Neal versus Euros Medic. Rumor on the street is Jeff Neal been drinking a little bit of that Henny. He been on that trucker diet, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of Jack. A little bit of that Jack, you know what I'm saying? Jack Neal, yo. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go Euros. No, I'm just kidding, bro. Yeah, I think Euros Medic gets sparked. Hopefully, because Euros Medic always looking for the finish. Hopefully, in this fight, he realizes that even though Jeff Neal got KO'd, he still has a solid chin. So we'll see about that. But if Euros Medic comes out trying to spark Jeff Neal early, thanks to GG. And Jeff Neal, on top of that, has really, really good takedown defense, bro. And the more I talk about this, this is like a nightmare matchup for Euros Medic. Like, Jeff Neal has a decent chin. I don't think he's ever been... I mean, he's been subbed, but it's so hard to take him down. Shafka had to get like a bully bouncer choke on him because it's just so hard to get Jeff Neal down. So, Jeff Neal has power in his hands as well. Dude, Jeff Neal, hands of steel. Dude, obviously, it's in his fucking nickname. Nah. I'm gonna have to go with Jeff Neal, bro. I just think he's gonna get the knockout. I think he's gonna get a TKO later, round 2, maybe round 3. I think Euros Medic slows down. I think he tries to come out hot in the first round or early second. Jeff Neal just kind of hits him with the jabs, 1-2s, mixes it up on him. But I think Euros Medic is good, but like, can we be honest? This guy just got sparked by Soriano. Soriano's on the early prelims, bro. I get it. Euros Medic is more exciting. But come on, like, you know, respectfully, I don't know. I just think Soriano should move up a little higher, you know. Then we got the main event, Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. A lot of people are fluffy this, fluffy that, fluffy season. There's a lot of fluffy bandwagoners, and I'm definitely one of them. I'm going fluffy Hernandez to get a sub or a decision. That's just what I'm thinking, bro. I think Sean Strickland is really hard to take down, right? And hold down. The problem is he also had that motorcycle accident. Dricus du Plessis used that in his last fight. He was kicking the leg of Sean Strickland, who had the motorcycle accident. On top of Sean Strickland just having that motorcycle accident, he does not fight well going backwards. Sean Strickland is not a guy who's like defensively sound on the back foot. He has good defense going at you. He gets clipped going backwards. He gets taken down going back. Like everything like just goes like there has to be a stat like the strike differential. I don't even think he throws a strike going back. Does he ever throw like a counter right going on the back foot? But I think the most he does on the back foot is like a jab. And Fluffy likes to move forward too. So we'll see who's on the back foot. And if I'm being honest, I think Sean Strickland's going to want to be on the back foot because if he doesn't let his hands go, Fluffy's taking him down. Fluffy's going to throw some calf kicks right at that motorcycle accident leg. And don't get me wrong, Sean Strickland has good like defense, good striking defense. I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop Fluffy. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but Sean beat this person. You know, I'm talking about in my group chat, but, you know, but Fluffy beat this person, that person, whatever. I get it. I mean, Strickland beat this person, that person. I get it. This was before Strickland had this accent, I believe. From what I remember, he had his accent for maybe past 2 years ago-ish. And he just hasn't, he's not going for the takedown. If you watch the Brendan Allen fight, he's reversing out and he's going for the takedown. He's fighting Imavov. He's going for takedowns on Imavov. Like, come on, bro. I just think, I'm no Glaze. I think Fluffy's the next champ, bro. I just think he could weaponize his cardio. He literally is middleweight Marab. He's middleweight Marab. And, instead of, what Marab does, where he really has crazy cardio. Fluffy puts pressure on you, and he makes you carry his weight. Marab doesn't really do that. He kind of takes you down, get up, takes you down, hold you, knee, take you down. Fluffy's like, okay, I'm going to make you hold me. Then what he does is he does a body lock, then switches to the guillotine. If the guillotine's not there, he's going to go back to the body lock, go for a rear naked. Or if he doesn't get the rear naked, he's going to hit you in the face. You're going to block. He's going to go for a guillotine. And he does that sequence from the body lock. Rear naked's there, nope. Guillotine's there, nope. Hitting you in the face, hitting you in the face. Guillotine there, nope. Rear naked there, nope. And he just does that for 5 rounds. And he does not get tired because he knows how to He just knows how to put his body on top of you and drape over you like he's a wet blanket. And I think if Sean Strickland, like, listen, I get it. Sean Strickland has good cardio. Cool. Okay, look at the last couple fights. Adesanya, striker. Duplessis mixes it up. Primarily a striker, though. No one says Duplessis a fucking grappler. No, like, Duplessis MMA fighter, but he's more of a striker. And he got Sean Strickland on the back foot. And it's like, come on, bro. You get Strickland on the back foot, you're cooked. I'm going to go Fluffy Hernandez. He's not one of my most confident picks. I like Fluffy. I prefer his personality to win. I like Sean Strickland too, even though he'd be out of pocket with a lot of things. I just feel like a jab and a 1-2 and a teep is not going to get you like that far. Especially against Fluffy. Especially if you don't fight well on the back foot. And even though Sean Strickland has good takedown defense and he's good not being held there. When was the last time he fought a grappler like Hernandez? I'm going to leave it at that, boys. You let me know what you guys think about these most confident picks / full card predictions in the comments below. Who do you have winning? And I'm out.